The deeper I get into paying off debt, the more I'm starting to understand why people stay stuck in it. I don't think it's because people are lazy. Most of the time, I think they're just exhausted. Because when you've been carrying debt for years, everything starts to feel heavy. Every bill, every decision, every unexpected expense. Even when you're technically making progress, it can still feel like you're constantly behind. Before going through this myself, I used to think about debt way too simply. Spend less, budget harder, be more disciplined. Now I see how much of this is mental. Debt isn't just numbers. A lot of the times it's stress, burnout, decision fatigue. It's trying to make good choices when your brain already feels overloaded. I've noticed this in myself too. There are days where I feel mentally drained from work, thinking about money, tracking spending, trying to improve habits, editing videos, going to the gym. And eventually even small decisions start feeling harder. That's usually when people start looking for relief. Not because they're irresponsible, because mentally, they just need a break. And I've been trying to pay more attention to that balance in my own life lately too. Last week I only did DoorDash one night instead of trying to squeeze in extra work constantly. I also played in a golf tournament over the weekend. That was fun. A while ago, I probably would have looked at both of those things as not productive enough. Now I'm starting to realize constantly pushing harder all the time isn't automatically healthier either. Maybe burnout shows up as ordering takeout, buying something impulsively, avoiding your bank account for a few days, or telling yourself you'll reset next week. I understand that mindset way more now than I used to. That's also why sustainability has become so important to me recently. Because if your financial plan makes your life feel miserable, eventually your brain starts pushing back against it. And I think that's where a lot of people get stuck. Not because they don't care, because they've been financially tense for so long, they're burned out. One of the biggest things I'm trying to learn right now is how to make progress without feeling like my entire life revolves around financial pressure. I don't want this to become a few months of extreme intensity followed by burnout. I want this to actually be sustainable. The deeper I get into this journey, the more empathy I have for people trying to climb out of debt. Because this isn't always just about math. Sometimes it's about trying to rebuild your mental breathing room too. If you've ever felt financially exhausted, or felt like you were trying your best but still mentally drained all the time, I'd genuinely be interested to hear your experience. I think more people are dealing with this than we realize.